Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So this time I wanted to take you guys to another of my favorite art stores called Artística Rygo, which is on Avenida de Mayo. And I went there last week and I wasn't actually planning to go there. I just happened to be in the area looking at a nearby museum. But it was such a beautiful day. The weather was so perfect that I couldn't resist wandering around and taking in all the sights, because it's been a while since I've been able to walk around that particular street. Also, there's an election coming up, so I was really curious to see what it would be like just before an election. Like, would there be a lot of posters or so forth from each of the parties? Not that I want to pay too much attention to that, because it's really stressful now that I have my DNI, and this election I can't vote, but the next one I will be able to vote. So yeah. So the last time I had gone to this particular store was over a year ago, and I had accidentally lost that footage, so I wasn't able to share it here. But in the end, it worked out for the best, because since then they have doubled in size. They took over the store right next to it. So the footage I got this trip was much better than the last one. So that was one reason why I wanted to go back. But also, I just love looking through any art store. Even if I don't have money at that moment to buy anything, I just want to look around and see what they have in stock, if they have anything different from other stores, if there's anything I want to try, and so on, you know. And yeah, I just can't resist looking through an art store. And this particular place, I don't think it has anything exclusive to this store in the same way that, say, Librería Catalinas is the only store in the city that carries white knights, but it does have all the best brands that are available here in Argentina. Like that paper, the Hanemule. I've been hearing really good things about that brand, so I got the teeny weeniest block of paper that they must have. It's only by like 8 by 10.5 centimeters wide, so it's really cute. I'm gonna try it for watercolor and see if what they say is true. And they do have some great paper there. And that mug, I haven't seen that mug anywhere else, so when I go back to the States, I want to go back there and get one or two of those mugs to give away as presents. And this is their new area where they had all these watercolor sets on display, and also oil sets, acrylic sets, pastel, pencil, everything. You know, like, they have a ton of sets. And the only brands that I wasn't familiar with that I saw there was the Le Franc Bourgeois. And I don't know anything about that watercolor right there. I don't know if it's as good as Sennelier, or maybe it's it's considered a student line. But I am curious about it. Not that I need more watercolors at this moment. I think I'm all set for a while. But also, they're the only place I've seen carry these ceramic palettes. I have not seen that anywhere else. So I am tempted to go back there and maybe get that or put it on my Christmas list, even though I don't need it. It's like, oh, it's so pretty. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put it on my Christmas list. I'm also looking to get more Posca colors, but those are so expensive here. Like, last time I got some was years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it was like $10 each then. So I imagine it's double that or more by now. Yeah, and I also want to get more polychromos colors and a new atril and a ton of other stuff. I mean, there's a long list in my artist wish list. But yeah, the selection of brands here in Argentina is not great. And if you want something that's not readily available here, like Daniel Smith or Da Vinci or Roman Schmal, you're gonna have to pay at least 3 times the price, probably more, maybe 4 or 5 times what you would pay for it in the US or Europe. In other words, you're gonna have to order from abroad, and the government will impose more taxes on and fees on top of your order. So it's a big hassle, but the brands that are readily available here, the selection, it is good enough. Like if you, whatever medium you use here, you will be able to find something in the art stores and be perfectly content because the brands are good. Even the Argentinian brands are good. But as an artist, of course, you want to try everything. You want to see, because uh, every brand has its pros and cons. Like every brand is slightly different, and you just want to see like all the papers. Like every single paper I've tried is just slightly different from the next one, and so you're on this constant search for the perfect one. And here I'm taking a rest in Cafe Martinez, and this is my art haul for the day. And I got, as you see, a selection of papers, that Hanamule paper that I've been dying to try, and more of the Plantech paper, which is excellent. I just discovered that recently, and I'm really glad I did. And the Berlin Arts, that's a really cheap brand here, but it's really, really good. It's excellent paper. And I also got my favorite eraser, and I found this really good pencil sharpener. It's really tiny, but it's really good. So I was really happy, you know. I got a tiny little art haul, and I can't wait to try those papers. And if you're ever in Argentina, by the way, Cafe Martinez is excellent. Their media lunas are really, really good, and the coffee is super strong. So I highly recommend that cafe. And Artística Rygo, of course. Yeah, this paper, the Berlin Arts paper, I got that originally because it was super cheap. It was one of the cheapest papers I've been able to find here, but I was surprised at how good the quality is because it's thick. So if I want to use it just for drawing, I can. If I want to use it for watercolor, I can too. I mean, it's not as thick as, say, watercolor paper, but it's really excellent. And anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and hope to see you next time. Ciao!